Live action at Grinnell College of the Division III Indoor Track and Field Championships here in Grinnell, Iowa, located in between Iowa City and Des Moines. I'm Scott McCauley. Welcome to the championships on NCAA.com. These pictures brought to you by Nick Wilson, Brian Tuttle, Scott Abbing, and Rob Veers, our four cameramen. They have this place cornered for today's action. We'll be live for 3+ hours, bringing you the final day of the Indoor Track and Field Championships. Our terrific replays brought to you by Ben Wagner. And our producer and director is David Harris. And we are getting ready for the men's mile. And from here on out, we hand out nothing but national championships. And the winners can help build to their team totals. 10 points for winning the national championship goes to your team. And the races are starting to heat up for the team championships. There's Patrick Grimes from Amherst starting to warm up. The favorites, based on the times in the prelims, Chris Brown from Brandeis. Dan Sullivan had a terrific run yesterday in the prelims. And Kevin McCarthy is the top remaining seed in the men's mile. The top seed coming in, Ben Sheets out of Amherst, did not qualify for this final. Surprising, Sheets did not qualify for either event that he was scheduled to compete in. He was eliminated in the prelims. Back to Kevin McCarthy for a moment. That top remaining seed, he's from Wabash. McCarthy 2 years ago was a finalist and finished 6th in the 800. You can see McCarthy on the left side of your screen with number 6. 2 years ago, he was an All-American in the 800. And now the senior is competing in the 1,600 meters, the 1 mile. 8 laps. Talk with the judges, and our group comes together. Patrick Klein, number 1, is in the orange and blue. Dan Smith is from Ohio Northern. Smith will wear the number 2 tag. There's number 7, Brian Saska from St. Olaf. Number 3 is Jared Brandenburg from Wisconsin River Falls. There is Grimes for Amherst and Brown in the stripes. Had the best time yesterday in the prelims. From NYU, Matt Turlip, number 10, wearing 357 on his back. Connor Rose from Tufts with the 390. Eight laps for the men's mile. And there will be a new champion. The Division III meet record, 4 minutes, 8 seconds. And nobody came close to that yesterday in the prelims. Will Lear ran that 4:08 mile back in 2007. Chris Brown, number 5, the fastest in the prelims. There are our competitors lined up. From left to right, Klein, Smith, Brandenburg, Grimes, Brown, McCarthy, Saska, Sullivan. Sullivan is up in the yellow in this staggered start. To his right is Rose, and then Turlip on the outside. This is live action of the men's mile. Currently also underway is the women's shot put. And once the shot put concludes for the women, all that will remain will be track activity. And it begins with the men's mile. Ten competitors, 2 sophomores, 1 junior, and everyone else is a senior. Let's see who wants to set the early pace. 8 laps here at the Fieldhouse in Grinnell College. Just like he did yesterday in the prelims, getting that start early on from St. Olaf is Brian Saska. And here's Klein wanting to set the pace. And outside of him is Turlip. Klein is in the orange. And Saska for Olaf is in the gold and black out in front. Nothing changing. Dan Smith from Ohio Northern in between the two leaders in the black. Turlip on the outside in the purple. Right now in fifth place, wearing the Amherst purple, is Patrick Grimes. Inside of him is Chris Brown. And it's Olaf and Platteville out in front, and Klein for Platteville trying to separate. The men's mile. The top seed did not make it to this race. And it's wide open, and Patrick Klein is out in front leading Matt Turlip. In third place, it's Dan Smith from Ohio Northern. And now on the outside, moving into fourth, is Grimes. They are halfway through. 4 laps remaining. In the middle of that pack, McCarthy with the big white W from Wabash trying to pull closer. But Brown starting to fade in the middle. And after leading the first lap, Brian Saska fading back for Olaf. Now Brian trying to get in. You can see that he was momentarily cut off and shielded by Grimes. Along the backstretch, Patrick Klein from Wisconsin-Platteville. Klein out in front, Turlip in second. Smith has been hanging near the leaders in third. McCarthy is in fourth, and there is Brown hanging around in fifth place. 2 laps to go. Less than 800 meters separates Patrick Klein from a national championship. McCarthy from Wabash making the push, the top remaining seed in this race. Here's McCarthy on the outside. It's McCarthy and Klein, and McCarthy at the bell will take the final lap. And Wabash, the Little Giants, pulling away on the backstretch. Kevin McCarthy, a senior from Wabash. Klein in second. Chris Brown in third. Final turn for McCarthy. A finalist 2 years ago in the 800, and as a senior, he wins the men's mile. And McCarthy takes home the title. Patrick Klein, who led a majority of the race, is in second. And we will wait for the unofficial results. There you go. McCarthy with 4:08.93, just off of a meet record. Patrick Klein in third, followed by Chris Brown, Matt Turlip, Dan Smith, Connor Rose, Brian Saxa, Dan Sullivan, and Jared Brandenburg. And Patrick Grimes for Amherst did not finish. Almost a meet record for Kevin McCarthy from Wabash. Patrick Klein finishes in second. Klein set the pace. He led throughout, but on the final lap, as the bell sounded for that final lap, McCarthy made the move. He took the lead, and he pulled away from everyone with that final kick. And the Little Giants have a national champion in Kevin McCarthy. That's the first of several that we will bring you here live on NCAA.com. Up next, it will be the women's mile. And the men's mile comes to a conclusion.